Hey everyone, this is Rob Jam Webb here for Waxidus Music, and what I'm going to do today is a loop-based disco track using the Kontakt plugin. Now, anyone that's not got Kontakt, it's basically a free plugin by Native Instruments. Obviously, you can get the pro one, but this is the free one, which is basically comes with a whole load of sounds, which are really cool and ideal to use. I don't use it very often, but I thought I'd look at the factory selection that they've got here, look, and in there you've got these different banks. And the one that we use for this is the band one. It's got the funk bass, it's got a clavinet, it's got electric piano, and so on. And basically, in that, we've got those three sounds. So I've got the bass, clavinet, and the Rhodes. Okay. And then on top of that, I've put in a lead line as well from a classic string synth, which is the String Melody Orchestra. Now, all I've done is I've created a little groove. And what we're going to do is we're going to convert it to wave so that everything is in one little file on one channel, so that we can then manipulate that like we would if we'd sampled an original disco record. But what we're going to do is I'm going to play the track and then we'll go from there. So this is the final loop. So that's the loop that we're going to do, and it's really simple. It consists of five tracks, and it's dead easy. So the first thing I did was I got a bass, and the bass sound is, let's just get that up and turn them on. Right, so the bass is basically a A, 2 A octaves. Like that, and I'm going to solo that and you'll see. I've not done any processing on this, I've just put it straight out. So we just put the notes up so you can see, look, there. Okay, so it's just A all the way from one octave to the other, with a G in there as well, look, and then up to the A and then the B note. And that's that. So basically you can create a little riff doing that with the bass, and then get another version of Kontakt in there. Okay, and in this version we've got the clavinet, and then this sound comes from here, and it's in the same pack as that, which is in the band one, and it's the, you know, that old Stevie Wonder sort of sound. And I've gone down 2 octaves and dead simple little riff, and I'm going to play that now and solo that. You can hear all the twangs of the actual synth, it's great. And there again, that's all that is, pretty much same pattern. Put that with the bass. And then the next thing to do is get another version of Kontakt, and in that, open up the thing, and it's the electric piano, so it's the Rhodes from out of there, and that's just, so have a look at that, and just play the A minor 7 chord, which is a G A C E, and then a quick little B, which is B minor, which is A, B and D, back to A minor 7, like that, and then that's your bed, that's your chord bed, so to speak, you know, your root chords like that, and then we'll loop that and look at that, and you'll see little stabs of the chord of the A minor 7. Nothing fancy, nothing flash. Put that on with the bass, and that lays the bedrock. Put the clavinet on, and that's that. And then, obviously, I have taken a sample off an old disco record. I've grabbed the drum beats, put in there, because I could program it in myself. But for the purposes of this, it's quicker to sample it. And I've just took this one. And if you watched my drum samples video a few weeks back, you can get all of these packs from there. And you'll see you can get loads of free drum samples. And it's just an old organic drum beat. And that's just there to fill it out. Rhodes on, bass, clavinet. So that's that. So we can take that drum beat, and then the last thing we do is get another version of Kontakt up, and this is the string melody sound, which is from the String Machine synth from the 70s, which is a famous... You know, so that old sound. But when you do little riffs like that on the higher notes, just playing notes off the chords. I've just played like, and then we put that on with the Rhodes. And then take those off, take that off, and take that off, and take that off. And there we go. So basically, whatever you come up with, whatever groove you come up with, whatever riff or chords or whatever, you know, put them together like this. Make a riff up, put a bass line underneath it, straightforward flat. And so on. And then for that added effect, put the clavinet on it. Just little tiny stabs. So now we've got that. What we need to do is convert all that and record it in as audio. So I'm just going to take my loop off. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get an audio channel here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that up so that it captures it all at once. So audio from master, monitor in. So put record on. That should be okay. Not have it too loud so you don't want it clipping. Okay, and I'm just going to press record and see what we come up with. So on channel 7 I'm going to press record, and here we go. And there we go. And let's just go back and change that to that. And there it is. Double click, bring it up a bit. So now that's all in one channel. What we can do now is process this like we would if we were doing a filtered disco house record. So let's solo everything, get rid of that, take the loop over here, get a drum beat, get a house beat, program a house beat in. I've got one here to save time. And then start looping, and then put an auto filter on your sample, which I've already got. Take it down, put the beat on. Put a filter on that. So as you see, you can do lots of, you know, creative stuff with it. And some people might go, why don't you just make the track and arrange it, you know, as separate individual tracks like bass, chords, etc. Yes, you can do that, but this is just a different approach to doing it. And it sounds like you've sampled it from an old record, which gives it kind of a bit more authenticity, I suppose. It sounds a lot more realistic than as if you was creating, you know, track after track of individual sounds. Now, obviously, what you can do with this is it's limited, but at the same time, it's not limited because you can do so much more crazy stuff at the same time. You can filter it, you can put all sorts of daft delays on it and stuff, and you can chop it up and put it back through into a sampler, and you can break all the sounds up and give yourself a whole new palette of sound to work with. And then you could do stuff like add a synth on top. So what we've got here, add a bass line on top like this lot. So if I loop it from the start, I can put a bass line on anyway. So let's get that filtered. And on top of it as well. But the best thing about this is that you can do a lot of filtering all at once, and you know. So there you go, that's it. That's all I've got to show you for that. So basically, go and grab the Kontakt from Native Instruments. It's completely free. You can register, get it free, and get all those sounds for free. Then start layering them, make a little 16-bar loop, then turn it to audio all at once, and then start filtering it, stick some drum beats on top, and a little bass line or a lead line, or start adding things that way. And imagine that you've sampled an old disco record from the 70s, and now you're making it, you know, a fresh version, so to speak, by putting house beats on top and additional sounds. So that's it for this. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Any questions, just email me. Thank you and goodbye.